Now the whiskey that I'm going to be tasting today comes from the Ardbeg distillery, which is located on the south coast of Islay. The Ardbeg distillery has been producing its whiskies since 1798, but only began its commercial production in 1815. For most of its history, Ardbeg's whiskies were produced for the use in blends rather than as a single malt. A little bit about the distillery itself. The distillery draws its water from the loch of Ugadale, has 2 stills, 1 wash and 1 spirit still, and it has a capacity of 1 million litres. Okay, so let's have a look what this 10-year-old expression from Ardbeg has to offer. Now the reason why I chose the 10-year-old as my first ever review video is because this is where it all started for me about 3.5 years ago. Now being an Islay malt, as you can see, it's very light in colour, it's not darky, no additives. No E150 as people like to say. I don't think you need to add it to a malt such as this. When I go to nose my scotches, I don't try to make it complicated for myself. I sort of pick the first 3 to 4 things that come to my nose, and then I go from there. I don't really sit here for minutes on end deciding all the different things I can pull out of this. So on the nose, straight away, being a peaty whiskey, you're going to get that peat straight away, and I love it. I love that peaty smell, because from that peat smell I can smell a ton of smoke, burnt sticks and bonfires. Because it's so strong, I think more on the line of volcanic ash. That's what it smells like, volcanic ash. So if any of you guys live near a volcano or ever been to a volcano and smelt one, I sum up the smokiness, the peatiness as a volcano type smell. Once you push past that in the nose, you start to pick up a bit of fruit, but not any old fruit, they're citrus fruits. I'd say more of a kiwi fruit, bit of lemon, maybe even a touch of lime. So let's have a taste. I fairly know what this is going to taste like. I've had a few in my time. There you go, straight away the peat attacks you, and then the smoke hits you, fills the top of your mouth with smoke, and the warmth just comes over you. Once the smoke starts to disappear, then you pick up on the sweetness of those citrus fruits. And being an Islay malt, the finish starts to come in with its sea spray, its sea water from there. Because it's 46% and non-chilled filtered, I'm actually going to add some water to it. What the water does, it's going to lower the alcohol volume, and it's going to open up more flavours. But what it does for the 10-year-old Ardbeg, it dimmens the peat, it dimmens the smoke, and it brings a lot of the fruitness flavours through it. And the seawater flavour. Yeah, much better. Much better. So to sum this one up, I wouldn't start an evening or a Scotch hour with this Scotch. I wouldn't start it with any Islay malt by that fact. This is one that I'd have at the end of an evening. It's good if you're out fishing. If you're by the sea, bring a bottle of this with you to put under the deck chair while you're out fishing for a few hours. If you bring a malt like this near the ocean, especially at night, I find it very comfortable to drink. What do I rate it? I'm going to give it an 8.6 out of 10. Basically, to sum it up, it's like someone's taken a bowl of fruit salad, they've doused it full of volcanic ash, and then they filtered it through seawater. So if that's an interesting way to look at it, I do highly recommend it. I do enjoy it, and I have actually been through a few bottles over the years. So that's my tasting review. I hope you enjoyed.